Hey, I'm Ewashkiw from Adventure Yoga. Thanks for joining me today for this yoga pose breakdown for one of my favorite poses, Bird of Paradise pose, or Svarga Dvijasana. I just love saying that, Svarga Dvijasana. The twice born, so it gives a chance to die and come back and try it again, or something. No, you don't need to do that. But anyway, we're gonna try it. And we're gonna do it from two different entries, from forward fold and from side angle. You might want to strap for this if you're gonna practice along with me, especially if you don't know if you can do the bind for Bird of Paradise pose. But if you can do it, you don't need a strap. All right, so we're gonna try this. Unroll your mat if you're gonna do this with me, and I'll meet you there in just a few seconds. For this yoga pose breakdown of Bird of Paradise pose, or Svarga Dvijasana, to give it its Sanskrit name, you might want a strap. It does have a bind in it underneath your leg, so it's a complicated action. I will demo it with the strap in case you're not sure how to use the strap. We're going to do two entries today. We're going to start with an Uttanasana entry, and then we're going to do an entry from side angle pose. So our Uttanasana, we'll start there. Start with your feet just a bit wider than your hips, and fold forward and touch the ground. Bend your knees as much as you need to touch the ground. No problem. And then fold forward over your legs and move your head back between your knees. Might not come between your knees, but that's okay. Bend your knees a little more. Now, we're going to take our right arm between our legs and wrap it around. So grab the strap into your left hand. Might seem counterintuitive, but it's the right way to do it. Trust me. So get a little length on the strap if you're using it and hold it in your left hand. Then take your right hand and reach between your legs. So you can just touch the ground with your left hand for balance. Reach back with your right hand, turn your palm up. And then really, really reach. Don't just half-ass reach, really reach. And then turn your right arm in. So your right thumb goes up towards the ceiling, right palm out towards the right. And then keep going with it, turning in of your arm. It's called internal rotation. Touch your right arm to your right leg, and then bend your elbow, move your hand around your butt, and touch onto your back. All right, so we got there, or close to there. Take your left arm up and overhead, and then turn your turn your left arm in. Grab the strap with your right hand, or if you're doing it strap free, hold your left wrist with your right hand. And then pull down with your hands onto your right hip, lift your right heel up, lift your chest up some, and then push your right shoulder back, pull down with your hands, and start to lift your chest more. Start to lift your chest so much that your right arm gets hooked into your right leg, and it just brings your right leg up with you. Yeah, so it's gotta come up off the ground. Pull your heel in towards your butt, lift your right foot off the ground and start to stand up. See how close you can get to standing up straight with this crazy bind. I'm gonna switch from strap to hand to wrist, just gives me a little more stability here. And then push your right shoulder back, pull down with your right hip, and start to lift your right heel up. Yeah, because we gotta go further. The bird has to open up, has to flower. Yeah, push your right shoulder back, straighten your right leg as best as you can, and maybe look over your left shoulder, bend your right knee, keep the bind, and fold in, and bring your right foot down. So we worked at exit as we entered, so then undo the bind, hands down. Let's just go straight over to the other side. If you're using the strap, hold it in your right hand, and take your left arm between your legs. Bend your knees, reach back with your left palm facing up, and then turn your left thumb up and keep going. Turn your left thumb out to the side and bring your left arm to touch your left leg. Bend your left arm, bring your hand up onto your back around your butt somewhere. Take your right arm up. Turn your right arm in as well. Do that internal rotation, and then hold the strap with your left hand or hold your right wrist with your left hand. I'm going to go for that the whole time. I'm just going to let the strap go here. Pull down with your left hand, I'm just going to keep calling that your shoulder, onto your left butt, and start to lift your chest some. And then lift your left heel so you can lift your chest more. Yeah, then push your left shoulder back. Yeah, I know, right? It's awesome. Put your left foot in a little, and then pull down with your left hands so much, lift through your chest so much, that you gotta lift your left foot up to keep going with that. And then stand up. Pull your left heel in to work that stability here. Push your left shoulder back, pull down with your hands. And then lift through your left heel, push your left arm into your left leg, pull down with your hands, stretch out through your left leg. Maybe look over your right shoulder, Svarga Dvijasana, bird of paradise pose. Bend your left knee, keep the bind if possible as you fold in, and then let go of the bind and shake it off. And stand up. So that is Svarga Dvijasana, bird of paradise pose from Uttanasana. Now we're going to do a second entry, so you can try this with me if you're practicing along with me. Have your strap near the top of your mat and stand in Tadasana. So the other entry, we have to find Utthita Parsvakonasana first, extended side angle pose. Stretch your arms up overhead and then fold forward, Uttanasana. Step your left leg back, turn your heel in and down, so legs like warrior two, or guess what, like Parsvakonasana. Keep your right hand on the ground, but bring it inside your right foot. And then touch your right arm into your leg, and then lift your left hand off the ground, bring it onto your left hip, and twist and turn up. All right. Stretch your left arm up for a moment here, and then bring your left hand back down to your hip. So this is the Parsvakonasana shape we're going to go from to find our Svarga Dvijasana, or bird of paradise. If you want the strap for the bind, take it into your left hand here, and then bring your left hand back onto your hip. Everybody now look underneath your hips, look back at the wall behind you. Your hips can come up a bit here, totally fine. Your right knee can unbend some, totally fine. Take your right hand and reach back behind you. Palm up, because now we gotta do that internal rotation. So now turn your right palm in, so your right palm faces the back wall, your right thumb faces up, keep going with that internal rotation. Touch your right arm to your right leg, and then bend your elbow, touch your right arm onto your back. And then take your left arm, reach up. Holding the strap, turn your left arm in, bend your elbow, hold your left wrist with your right hand, or hold the strap with your right hand. All right, now pull your right hip down and over to the left, so your head starts to move forward and you start to be able to look towards the top of your mat. From here, we gotta get our left foot forward. How the heck do we do that? Well, you just gotta step it forward. So, step your left foot forward. See if you can step forward partway. Pause, straighten your right leg some so your quads don't scream at you too much. And then bend your right knee a little more. Step your left foot forward more. And if you can get your left foot to be in line with your right foot, get there. And then lift your right heel a little. Push your right shoulder back into your right leg and lift your chest up. Pull down with your strap hand combo, or just hands. Pull down onto your right butt, lift your right heel higher. Lift your chest, lift your right foot off the ground. Pull your heel in, squeeze your right knee around your right shoulder. Just have to get my leg up there a little higher. And then pull your right hip down and forward. Lean your right shoulder back onto your right leg. Find the balance in your left foot, Stephen. And then straighten your right leg as best as you can. I'm not going to go to look over my left shoulder. Just don't have the balance right now, so if you do, do it. And come out, bend your right knee, fold in, bring your right foot down to the ground. Now we really are going to exit as we enter, so step your left foot back, back, back. Come back into Utthita Parsvakonasana. Release the strap, lift your left heel, and step forward. Have the strap at the front right corner of your mat, and step your right foot back, because it's two-sided. We gotta do the other side before we're done. Spin your right heel down. I know, this is gonna be one of the longest yoga pose breakdowns I've got. Bring your left hand inside your left foot, and then straighten your left leg a little, lift your hips a little, look, I would say back towards the camera, but look between your legs, look under your hips. For me, it's towards the camera. It's probably not for you. All right, now take the strap into your right hand if you're going to use it, and take your right hand up onto your hip. Nice. Take your left arm, reach underneath your legs. Reach, let's call it towards the camera. Turn your left palm up towards the ceiling. And then turn your left palm in more, so your left thumb turns up. Keep going, so your left thumb starts to turn forward. Touch your left arm to your leg, bend your elbow, and get your hand to clear your butt and come up onto your butt or the back of your lower back. Back of your lower back. All right, take your right arm, reach up. Turn your right arm in a lot, bend your elbow, and hold the strap, or hold your right wrist with your left hand. All right, now, pull your left hip down and over to the right, and stretch your chest forward. That whole pulling your hip down, moving it over to the right, it's gonna get your head to move forward, so your head comes up next to your left foot, and you're looking forward. All right, push your left shoulder back, step your right foot forward some. You knew it was coming. Step your right foot forward more. So I can get there in one step sometimes. Today I did it in two. Just take as many steps as you need. Pull down with your left hands onto your left butt and lift your left heel. And then keep pulling down. Push your left shoulder back, lift your chest up, and bring your left foot off the ground. Bring your left foot in, squeeze your knee tight. That'll just help with stability a little as you stand up. Push your left shoulder back, pull down with your hand strap combo, and then lift your left heel. Work to straighten your left leg. Maybe look over your right shoulder. Turn for camera's sake. Bend your left knee and fold in. And then we're gonna go back. Step your right foot back until you find your bound lunge. Undo the bind, bring your hands down, and then come into child's pose. Take a moment and reset. Nice work. Those are the stages that you can practice to help you find your bird of paradise pose. Good work. Thanks for practicing with me. If you did, hope it was helpful. And that's our bird of paradise. That is a bit of work, isn't it? I hope that you were able to follow along with me and use this to help you learn where you can place your focus and awareness to really find your own personal bird of paradise. I would love for you to learn more about this pose. This is a really fun pose to bring into your personal practice and play with and fall down at home with and see what can happen with it. I've written a whole blog post to help you with that. So if you go to the description for this video, there's a link to the blog post over on Adventure Yoga Online, and you can check out the step-by-step instructions for this video written out, some of the myths about the pose, the benefits of bird of paradise, all sorts of stuff. So click on that and let me know if you've got any questions about it as well. You can put it in the comments below here and do some more work with me. Like this yoga class, it's all based around Svarga Dvijasana. It is an intermediate class, so it's not for beginners, but if you're ready for this, check it out. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please just click my picture over there to subscribe. You can click the little bell, and then you'll get notifications as well when I post new classes. Thanks, OMies. See you soon.